Well, howdy out there. I got all that food in the plate ready to eat. Got something else on my mind. I'm not sure who I thanked, who I want to help, and who I want to give energy to. Well, I had a question. I don't know if I did it in a previous video. If you are working as a policeman and you feel what the people are doing are right, will you still stand up in front of them and push them away? Like I said before, if I can give every single soldier $10 million, would they quit now for $10 million? Do they think it's all real? Are all these soldiers believing that all this is real after more than half the planet says it ain't real? They're in there thinking it's real. What's going on? How much is it going to cost in Medicare after? What about the after effects? It doesn't matter. They won't be alive anymore. They'll be too old. They want all the money now, forever and ever, because that's the way it goes. Mono, napo, lee. The lee we bed we sleep in. The mono we get when we sleep with who we shouldn't. The napali, the napali, the no reply. Napoli, no reply. Come and play, come on in. We set you out on go, although we don't count it as a space. It's just a race, and we're going around, and we're going to see who can get the most. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If I had to put myself in any position right now, I wish I was the banker. Do you know why? Because I'd be fair. How do I know I'd be fair? Because I know one thing. I just even it out. Isn't that fair? Just evening it out a little bit? Fair? Even? When is even not fair? It's all even. Hey! Look at a guy can't even dress well, but he's in a bar. He pays $500 a drink, but he doesn't know how to dress. Only because things are now fair. People are in places they weren't before, dressing like you've never seen. It's like going into an Indian town. You know what's there but the Indian feather, but when you get into the town, everybody's just a little under the weather. Anyways, what I'm going to do right now, I'm jumping off. I have 2 minutes done, thank God. What I want to do right now is rang and bell. Get the door, please. D-O-O-R. Goose eggs or circles, 15th letter plus 4 is 34, plus the door equals a total of 52. So 18, 38, 48, 52. So door has the same letter count as earth and as heart and many others that stick close to man. Bell has a count of 31, and then when the cherry or the bell is clicked, you get the spirit creation, because that's what you get from bell. Rang, you rang. Yeah, it's a 40 count. They went once around the block and they rang to come home. Okay, now we're going to go down. I want to jump off of this book and into this book for a second, because I don't want to leave this out. I was reading an old paper, and on the paper, I have no idea what I'm going to tell you right now, but just listen to what I came up with. This word Shito, S-H-I-T-O, take out those vowels and just use the hard consonants. S-H-T, spirit, heaven, transfer. Total count 47, which means the 4 angles of the 7, of the connection of the world. It's God, it's time. When you get the Shitu, you have now connected. Now you add the I-O, makes 24, it means one world of 7. Okay, or the one spirit of the 7 connect. Okay, this is highly connected to the Asian world. I know, I have seen it. They have the Baltic out there. They have everything. The angels of Asia. All is truth. Angel Kenshi. Oh, Ken, she. Of course, she runs the 10-10 world. 2 and 8, 4 and 6. God runs 7 and 3 actually, but he runs it from the underground because he can't show his face being beta female. And the king too. How can they show up? What, are they going to change their masks? And they're always talking about this in the book that I was reading, but they're always changing masks. That's why the cards are all masks and suits and demonstrations. anyways, what I did want to show you, this is a baseball field. It's a fruit. You ever see that as a fruit? It's an angel fruit. It's a baseball field. It's multi-dimensional. It's hard to explain. But I do want to tell you the word angel, letter count. It starts with 1 angel. It goes down to 15, which is the egg. Then we go down, add 7, God brings it to life. Then we add the E world, which brings the female into it, or we get ange in French. And you add the L, which is the queen, the actual queen in this resolution, and it adds up to 39, which is 3 times 3 13s. It means 3 kings' crowns were created upon one birth. And one of from the Bible, I think it says, Lilith lifts her masks and reveals the 7 eyes of God. And in the playing cards, all the kings together have only 7 eyes. Black moon. Has anybody ever heard of the black moon protest coming? Has anybody heard of the black moon undercover secret? It's part of a story. It might be in the Bible, it might not, but it's definitely in one of the games. Nintendo or Atari or whenever these manufacturers make as games. I found stuff in there that is really pertinent to some of my work that I do. It depends on what level I'm connecting. And of course, the higher the level I connect, the more I'm going to find, because I want to. I want to. And I have glasses, but I don't have worn them enough for like 2 months already. I don't want to wear them. I want to see the obstruction in front of me. Because what I design and what I see through the glass mirror are 2 different things. I can redesign my picture so much better without even doing it. I can just do it with the movement of the mouse. Anyways, oh yeah, the other thing you didn't see here, it's not only the fruit. Those are the 4 aces, okay? And there's 4 diamonds. You ever see a diamond in the rough? Well, they're all banging them upside down. It's hard really to show you. It's a baseball thing. It's a crop circle. It's unfinished. I can do so much detailed work to it. The whole thing is, when it comes to detail, you've got to call my neighbor. She knows detail. She put up a brick wall between us. A brick wall! Holy crap. I offered her money to take it down. She goes, how much? I go, I don't know. I said, about 36 cents. She says, 36 cents? 36 is the creation of man, and you have no sense at all. I just want to tell you, when you take your change out of your pocket in North America, if we're not talking about 50-cent pieces, one of each coin will add up to 41. In some other states, it might be 51. It always changes. I've already done the Monopoly thing. The 11th roll on Monopoly is St. James. What does it mean, St. James? If I come out of my first roll and I land on St. James, what does it really mean? The 12th roll, as like in roulette, as like on the bottom of your telephone, will describe anything underneath it and above it, which is 3, 6, and 9. It is the electric company. Is it a yellow and black light, the same lighting as the beads? Okay. Now I'm getting into something that's a little bit different. Okay. If Jesus was born, okay, I got a little time left. If Jesus was born in real time, like they say, minus 04, he would end up on chance in Monopoly. Now, since I'm talking so much about 5775, well, from the birth of Jesus to the year 5775, or described as 2015, would be 2019 years. And described in numbers, straight off the top, 20 in roulette is the beta world. Okay, the 0 part means 2 or 8 or 4 and 6. It's whatever combination it's in, and the 0 represents it all. That's why the 0 is such a big number and so important. Then the 1 spirit of the 9 birth. 2019, if you add 2019 together, it comes out to 3 kings. Okay? Separate by the letter count, you would have 2 beta world and spirit birth. If you would count it only by the letters, and I picked up something new by the Baccarat style, that if it's If it's a letter like the 22nd letter, I would just count 20 as the 20th letter and say T. If it's the 15th letter, instead of saying 15, like in 2015, which I'm going to get to right now, okay? So anyways, in 2015, okay, this is what I call the beta egg, because 20 is beta, world, and 15 is the O letter for the egg. But I change it around, okay, a little bit, and I sort of explain it like this. I have it written down here, so 20 would become the T, the 20th letter, and 15 would become the 15th letter O. So the 20 would say T, and the 15 would say O, and you got time out. So now you got two reasons for 5775. Now, let's take 5775 straight up out of the frying pan, because the fifth letter in the alphabet is a what? It's an E. The second letter in the alphabet, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and now we get to the seventh letter, G. So now we got E, G. Now they repeat, don't they? Well, here's what it says about 5775, my friends. Those letters say Eggy, sunny side up, from the Son of God, who is orange, and in French, or is gold, and angel's angel. God is the golden angel of the sun. 5775, it comes. BJ, do you see the word above it, 2015? Well, I also use the 2 as the letter B, because God says you have to use all the combinations, and there's a lot, okay? So the 20 would be B and J, because the second one would be a 0. So I would count the 0 for the 10th letter J. Now, the other way to do it is to say the 15, okay, the 15th letter. Do you see the 15th letter there? 15. Okay. Well, just say it like this. The 15th letter, separated. 10 and 5. So the 10th letter would be the J, and the 5th letter would be the E. Je. Another reason for 5775. Now I've given you 4. Remember, like I said, the 10th, the 0, the 10th, 11, 12, all the way to the 19th letter, okay, you split that in half, and everything's going to be a J. Now, if it's which word did I do before? The 15th letter. Yes, when it's the O, it becomes the 15th letter. Okay. So I separate it. 10 and 5. The 10th letter is J. The 5th letter is E. It's Je. Isn't it funny that it comes out on the 15th letter, the O, where the Je says I, and the O is for Eggy at 5775. Another thing, okay, just for myself, if Jesus was born at -4, then my actual year of birth, if everything would actually be moved back, would be 1963, but it would be like 1967 because of the 4 years between my birth, which is man in his world. Jesus was man in his world. He was terre des hommes, pomme de terre. He was the potato man. So right away it tells me what's going on in Idaho. What do I want to tell you? Oh, all the way in Idaho. Yeah, so anyways, we had Michael MJ, we had Moses and Jesus. MJ, Michael Jordan, lo and behold, wearing number 23 for Beta Creation, eh? Wayne Gretzky, 99, and Agent 99, and he put those pucks in the net and everything else, and he was assisted all over the place. Because he was a king before, and he's a king now. He's a Wayne of a King Gretzky. Another thing for, it's 144,140 minutes in a day. 144,000 Midway Angels. Michael Jordan is the Chicago Bulls, the Red Bulls, the Bullseye. Things are happening. Chicago's involved. Things are running west and south, and I can't seem to see everything at the same time. But we're in for a good one. Everybody hang on and join. We are one.